Muslims always, they say to us, Islam forbid us from having illegal sexual intercourse. But what is illegal for them? That is the strange thing. So what Muslims, they say that we are against adultery, but they legalize adultery. They say we are against rape, but they legalize rape. When Muhammad, he have sex with 6 years old girl, is that a rape or this is not?
Oh, so he was married to her, right?
Well, but
He
this is a rape.
was
She's a
married to
child.
Aisha.
But she's a child. What rape? But marriage is about a man and a woman, which mean,
Yeah, so
okay,
I'll just try to
do a
come back
child
there,
at,
right?
okay,
Because
my friend, do a child at the age of 6 understand even what
hmm,
marriage mean?
hmm, hmm, hmm.
Do she understand what
So
marriage mean?
yeah,
Do she know what 6 mean? I mean, how you can agree? How you are a child? You are 6 years old or 5 years old, and then you say to me,
correct.
I
So
married her. Hmm,
Mr. Prince, can
hmm,
I just cut you in middle? I just have a few things to say, right?
hmm,
So can I just
hmm,
add on to that?
hmm.
So the first thing is that there are certain rules for marriage in Islam. I know one in that, right? That is the girl has to cross puberty, right?
Where is this
So
rule?
that's a condition.
Where we can find this rule?
All right. So the girl, as far as I have read it, right? You can later correct me on this itself. So I'm not a person who doesn't take corrections. I'm
No,
not
this,
that person who doesn't take
my
corrections too
friend,
well. So if you correct me, I'll
this
say, yeah,
rule
yeah.
never exists,
Right.
never ever exists. Whoever told you that he's lying to you.
All right.
Hmm,
So I'll just correct that for myself. But then,
okay.
as far as what I know,
Hmm.
um, so you have to cross puberty for marriage, right? That's the rule, or that's the rule which almost
No,
all Muslims follow, as far as I know. Right. So you may be right. I'm
That's
not
not true. That's not
telling you're
true.
wrong. So just hear me
That's
out,
not
please.
true. Oh, okay. You see, the Quran, even the Quran, says that you
Hmm.
can divorce children who they did not reach their menstruation yet. So how you are talking about, uh, uh, you know, uh, uh, you know, we cannot marry children. I mean, the Quran have rules about divorcing children. Divorcing what? Children's. So how
Mhm.
you how if the
So,
Quran.
Mr. Prince, just hear me out.
Hmm.
So, for marriage to happen, right, a girl has to reach puberty, a guy has to reach puberty. That's when
Not
marriage
in
can occur.
Islam, not in Islam.
All
As
right.
you see, this is Quran, chapter 65, verse number 4. It's
Hmm.
speaking here, this verse, about divorcing your wives, okay,
Hmm.
and giving you uh, options of divorce. And here it says, and for those a child, you marry a child who did not have their period yet. All right, the children who you marry them who did not have a period, what we will do, how we can divorce them. So what we divorce the children. They don't have their period. Why do they have their period? Because simply they are still children's. All right.
No, I believe that is in context to if you're engaged. I don't think if it's married.
No, my friend, this is
Is it?
about, no. This is about the adda. You know what the adda is? Waiting after divorce. You have, when a woman, she get divorced, she have to wait for 3 months. And this is again prove Islam to be false, because if Allah knew that there's no need to wait for 3 months to be sure that the baby, the woman, she is not carrying a child in her in her womb, there's no need for 3 months. But here the Quran saying, if you want when you divorce a woman, those women have to wait for 3 menses. The Quran says 3 menses, not 3 months,
Hmm.
actually. Three,
Right.
between 3 menstruation. Now, what
Hmm.
about those who they cannot or they don't have period? Who are those? Those are the children.
Hmm.
All right. And you know what? I don't want to I don't want to be like I'm explaining the Quran to you from my own pocket. What about we go and see what the scholar says? What do you think?
Pardon me?
Can we go and see what the scholars of Islam say about this? I think,
No,
yeah, I think there's no problem, right? Let
I
us
don't
see.
want to cross check with that because I will by myself check it later on, right? So if I'm wrong, I'll
No,
happily
no,
accept
no.
that you're
Okay,
right.
my friend. Okay, there is. Okay,
My statement still continues,
hold on,
right?
hold on, hold,
Because
hold on, hold on. This is Tafsir al-Jalalain. I just opened it. You know, thank God that the website of the Muslims finally is working, because usually it doesn't work. Nothing works in Islam. Here, al-Jalalain, Tafsir al-Jalalain. This is the official government website of the King of Jordan.
hmm,
It says here, and as for those women who you divorce them, uh,
hmm,
uh, like they have to wait for 3 months. However, there is a three kind. There is a woman who they have no longer they have menstruation because they are old, or there is children's who they never have their period.
Hmm.
See it? And also those who have not yet menstruated because of their young age. Still, they
Hmm.
have to wait for a 3 period, which is funny and very silly. Because if she is a child and she cannot have a child anyway, I mean, why she have to wait for 3 months after divorce to be sure she is not getting baby? So here you notice the Quran
Hmm.
saying, giving you rules to divorce children. So don't tell me Islam forbid us from having sexual relationship with a child. Islam encourage you to rape children because this is not marriage, this is rape.
Right. So if it's before puberty, it is right.
It is.
But then,
Aisha
right. See, I
herself,
don't
okay,
want.
Aisha when she have six
I
years
just
old,
give you.
when Aisha she
See,
was 6 years old, she was
right.
in the age
So
of puberty or what?
listen to me,
Mm,
please.
mm,
Please, just a request.
mm.
Right. So now, if I have to again cross-check your statement and to see the context, I would take time. So I just put forward my statement, and later when I cross-check, and if I'm wrong, I'll call you back and I'll tell you I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'll tell you back I'm right.
Go
Right.
ahead.
All right.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So that I'll definitely do it. Right. But what is my argument? Just hear me out, so that we can have a conversation about that too. Right. Let's not jump between Aisha's marriage to what Quran says about divorce. Right. We are jumping a big period here. Right. So my statement is simple. When Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam married Aisha radiallahu ta'ala, right?
Mm,
So she was 6 years old, right? That
mm,
was when he was engaged to her,
mm.
and 9 years is when he was
No, no,
married
no,
to
no,
her,
no,
right?
no, no, no. Six. He married her.
And
He
when was he
he
engaged?
he married her. There's no engagement. He married her at the age of 6. Here we go. Let's show you the hadith. Here we go.
Yeah,
This
please.
is the hadith from Aisha herself.
Huh.
He did marry her at the age of 6, and he had intercourse with her when she is 9, according to Aisha. And this is
Yes.
Sahih Bukhari.
So yeah. So it's actually I have read the story and the hadith varies. I believe I'm not telling you this is the fact, right?
Mm.
So he was engaged to her at 6, and once she got her period, he
My friend, my
he
friend, my
consummated the marriage,
friend,
right?
my friend. She
So
got her
that is
period.
how I've read it.
She
No,
got
please,
her period
just
at the age
hear me
of
out, please.
9. She got her period at the age of 9. Secondly, she is his wife already at the age of 6. So the intercourse does not mean he did not have sexual conduct with her. He had sex at 9 intercourse. Before that, he was
Yeah.
molesting her.
So
Now, listen. At 9, Aisha, she have her period.
at 9,
Yeah,
pardon me.
you said he did have intercourse with
Yeah.
her when she have her period.
Yeah. So
Okay,
my argument here
where
is
where it says that? Where you get it from? She's 9 years old.
where
She's 9 years old and she got her period.
no, it is. See, the thing is,
Hmm.
uh, the way your argument approach is a critical approach, right? So how can that be there? But
Hmm. Hmm.
but then my approach is more of an understanding approach, right?
Hmm.
Why could it be?
Hmm.
So then when I look back into the history, right, the puberty can start at any age. There are cases where puberty has started at 7,
Hmm.
at 8, right? So it can start at any age, and it varies from temperature to temperature. Like in cold countries, the average age changes, and
Hmm.
when in the hot countries, it changes.
Hmm.
So maybe it's nowhere mentioned, right? But maybe she got her periods at that time,
No, my friend.
right? Maybe
I
I'm
can
not
show you reference.
providing
You
those
see, you are
facts.
talking to Christian Prince. I can show you reference that Aisha, the Prophet, he allowed her to play with her toys until the age of 14, because even then, yet she did not have her menstruation yet. So she was a child. So she was playing with her dolls until the age of 14. And this is what Muslims they say, because she did not have her menstruation, this is why the Prophet he allowed her to play with her dolls until that age.
And which hadith? I'll just write it down. Tell me which hadith is
Okay,
this.
let me find it for you. Hmm. Give me a second.
Married her when she was 6 years old, and he consummated the marriage when she was 9 years old. Consummated मतलब he had sex with
Um,
her. मेंशन इसके वीडियो में मेंशन है ना क्या रुका हाँ वो तो उन्होंने भी एग्री करे she was 6 years old married but consummated 9 years old इनका डिबेट कर रहे हो 9 years में भी अभी नहीं होगा इनका उन्होंने ये सर्च करे
okay, let's see. Here we go. This is Sahih al-Bukhari, and I want you to read with me, please, carefully.
Sahih Bukhari.
This is Sahih al-Bukhari.
Okay, verse.
Okay. It says here, I used to play with the dolls in the presence of the Prophet. And my girl.
In the presence of the Prophet.
Yes, I'm showing you on the screen.
No, it's loading. It's taking time. It's for some reason it's shattering, right?
No problem.
Tell me. Still tell me. I'll just load down the words and then I'll look into it.
You read it.
Do
you see it now? You can read it. Go ahead. Read it for us.
No, I can't. I mean, dikh raha hai kya?
No, we actually can't because of some net issues. We actually cannot.
No problem. It says. It says.
If you can tell me the.
I will read it for you. Hold on. I used to play.
Can you just tell me the chapter?
Hadith number.
Or hadith number?
This is Fath al-Bari fi Sharh Sahih al-Bukhari, page number 143, hadith variant of 13. According to the website, not according to me. She says,
tell me
I used to play. Hold on, my friend. Let's read it. I used to play with the dolls in the presence of the Prophet, and my girlfriend also used to play with me. When Allah Apostle used to enter my dwelling place, they used to hide themselves, but the Prophet would call them to join and play with me. Which means, between two brackets, it's not me saying, this is the Muslim translator, the playing with the dolls and similar images is forbidden, but it was allowed for Aisha at that time, as she was a little girl, not yet reach the age of a puberty.
Hadith number
143.
No.
क्या है?
Sahih al-Bukhari hadith number 143 is different.
क्या है sir?
This is Fath al-Bari. This is Fath al-Bari fi Sharh Sahih al-Bukhari, which means it is Sahih al-Bukhari, but the book of interpretation of Sahih al-Bukhari by Fath al-Bari.
No, we just want the number.
My friend, it's in the screen. I just showed to you.
But the book of evolutions, hadith number 143, is it?
No, this is no, my friend. Let me show you the reference again. Hold on.
Yeah. No, the net is loading. I don't know for what reason. It has become slow, right?
Okay.
So I'm really sorry for that inconvenience. But then I'm cross-checking it on Google.
The book of good manner.
Book of good manner.
Okay. The book of al-Adab, and this is the hadith. Sahih al-Bukhari, hadith number 6130.
Okay, hadith number 6130. 6130. One check the number.
Yeah. Then we are showing the screen. Yeah. So now, when Aisha, she was playing with her dolls, she was doing that after the attack of Khaybar. At that time, she is 14 years old. Okay. So how you say she is at that time still she don't have her period? So at the age of 14, this is mean what? 14. That's mean about 8 years after her marriage to Muhammad. Yet still she don't have her period. Right?
But that's an interpretation, right? That's not the actual hadith.
No, this is the hadith in front of you.
No, the hadith is the one without the brackets. I used to play with my dolls in the presence of the Prophet, and my girlfriends also used to play with me.
When
Allah's messenger used to enter, they used to hide themselves, but the Prophet would call them to join and play with me. Right? So that's how the hadith is narrated.
Yes.
Now the brackets that you see, right, are the interpretations. Right, so that the understanding is better. Now the interpretations may vary.
My friend.
So as far as the hadith goes,
my friend, hold on. You say this is your Islamic resource. This is your interpretation and not my interpretation. So now you are telling me because it's Islamic interpretation you don't like it. I mean, I'm showing you the reference. So this is what you Muslims believe. This is what you teach, and this is what you say. So I'm not showing you my own statement. So she did not reach the age of property until she is over 14.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you in whatsoever. What I'm disagreeing with you is the interpretation, right? So what happens in the hadith, right? Unlike the Quran, the interpretations may vary. Like in Bible, can you just tell me how many different interpretations?
My friend, this is not an interpretation. They are just connecting the dot. There's a hadith says she was playing with her dolls at the time
No,
of
no, no.
Khaybar. Hold on.
See, right?
Playing with her
No,
dolls in the
just let
time
me
of
finish. Right?
Khaybar. Okay, so at the time of Khaybar, she was playing with her doll, but at the time of Khaybar, she was over 14. And
Mm.
he, Aisha, she's saying, I was allowed to do that. To play with what? To play with my dolls. So after
Yeah.
she became a certain age, he did not allow her no more. So she was allowed to do that for a reason, because she don't have hair puberty. However, doesn't
That,
matter what the age is.
that's
Look
an
at, look,
interpretation,
hold
right?
on, hold on. The hadith in front of you
Yeah.
saying it clearly that she is now a wife of the Prophet, correct?
Hmm.
And now she is playing with her dolls, correct?
Which the same, you're narrating the same
This is the hadith.
hadith,
This is
isn't it?
not, yeah, but we can show you many. There's many. This is not only I can show you tons. I'm just showing you one. But we can
So,
confirm now that we have a
just
wife.
tell me
We have a
this are you
wife.
referring to,
Okay,
so we can just have a look into
we
it.
have a wife, and this wife, she is married to a 54 years old, and then he
Hmm.
became 60, etc. Still, she's a child. So now, after
No,
more
but
than
then
8
my
years,
question, Mr. Prince,
hmm,
my question is another question relating to the same hadith.
hmm,
Uh, Mr. Prince,
yeah, I'm listening.
hello?
I'm listening, my friend.
Yeah. I used to play with the dolls in the presence of the Prophet, and my girlfriends also used to play with me. When Allah's messenger used to enter, they used to hide themselves, but the Prophet would call them
Hmm,
to join and play with me. The playing the dolls and similar images is forbidden, but it was allowed for Aisha at the time, as she was a little girl and not yet
hmm,
reached the age of puberty.
hmm,
Right?
hmm,
This is the hadith, right? Now,
yeah,
he married him at the age of 6 and consummated the marriage at the age of 9, right?
hmm,
Is that true?
okay.
Right. So here there's no mention of her age
Where?
at this particular time. And now, since
No,
it
no, there is
states
a
that
mention. There is a mention. The mention we know that she, Aisha, she
hmm,
said he have intercourse with her at the age of 9. That's confirmed. So now she's in his
yes, that's
house.
confirmed.
Okay, she's in house doing what? She's in his house.
Hmm?
What? What? Now Aisha, she is in his house. Correct?
Yes,
Okay, she's in his
yes.
wife. That means she is sleeping with him already. But as you see,
No, no, no,
no. What do you
no.
mean?
See,
Okay, why she is in his house?
Mr. Prince, Mr. Prince, please, just no, Mr. Prince, just hear me out, right? Please. See, I'm learning from you, so if you can please make it
No
much more simpler for
problem.
me to understand, right?
Hmm,
So my point is simple. She married to him at the age of 6,
hmm,
correct?
hmm.
Correct, right?
Yeah.
And they consummated the marriage at the age of 9, correct?
Hmm,
Correct. So consummated the marriage means having the first sexual intercourse. That is right?
hmm.
Right. So there is a 3 years in between, correct? Now
Until he
this
until he
particular
have
hadith that you are mentioning.
okay, let us say okay, so we want to
No,
say
no,
to me
please,
that this
please,
is
just let me finish.
this
Just let me
okay,
finish,
okay.
please. So this particular hadith that is mentioned, that is, okay, कौन सा number? Page number 143, volume 13. In that, there is no mention of age, but they state that she has not reached puberty. Is that right? So
Hmm.
that means it can be anyway before the age 8, anytime before. And from 6 to 8, that is 2 years
My
of time.
friend,
In 2 years of time, a little girl
she
can play
is
with
in
dolls
his
daily.
she is in his house. She is in
Yes,
his
she,
house. Okay. So you are trying desperately, because if she is not his wife yet, she is not allowed to be in his house.
but she's his wife. At the age
Okay,
of 6,
so
they're
she
married. So
isn't
that
his wife.
husband and
Okay,
wife.
so why Muhammad, he took a wife and he put her in his house, but yet he will
Yes.
not sleep with her?
All
What
right.
he
So
was
that
doing?
is that is the argument,
What he
right? So
was
I'll come
what?
back
No,
to
no, I'm
that.
asking you
I'll come back to that.
what he was
I'll
doing with
tell
her.
you. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you exactly that. Right.
Mm,
But with my understanding, please
mm,
hear me out and just I really appreciate it if I'm not interpreted, right? Because this is what I
mm,
know and I respect what I know, and then I respect what you know. So I'll hear every sentence of what you say.
mm,
All right. So just
mm.
5 minutes if I can speak. All
Go ahead.
right.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Mm,
All right. So Mr. Prince. So Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had his first wife, right? He was married to her for
mm,
around 40 years, huh?
mm,
40 or 20 years, right? So he had a pretty long marriage, and then once she expired, he had his other marriages, right? One of those marriages was Aisha radiallahu ta'ala. Now she is the youngest of his wife, right? Now why is she the youngest of his wife? Some scholars say that it is because after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam died, she was the one who gave the most of the hadith. right? About how to live a Muslim life, how to perform good deeds, and whatnot. All the hadiths, most of them, including the one which you mentioned, is narrated by Aisha radiallahu ta'ala. And at that time, people were very curious to know what Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said even after his death. So one reason why he married her at such a young age, and it is said that it is mentioned actually that she was very knowledgeable and she was very fast learning, right? Aisha radiallahu ta'ala. So it is said that due to her knowledge, skills, and due to the fact that she could remember all these hadiths, he married her at the young age, not very much before when he died, right? So he had a very less lifespan after that, so that she can live with Prophet Muhammad and later on narrate all these hadiths to different people. She, out of all the wives, she narrated the most number of hadiths. So the reason why it is said that she married him at a young age is because she could learn from him and she was a knowledgeable person. She could learn a lot from him and later narrate the same. So this is what it could be the reason why she married her.
So
at
you
a
are saying to
young age.
me Islam will be preserved by a child?
No, she was grown up after
No,
Muhammad
no,
sallallahu
no,
alaihi wasallam.
no,
Like
no.
she
Why he
crossed
married her
20.
at the age of 6? You said to me because of what? What is the purpose now he married her? I'm trying to listen to you carefully. What is the
Yes.
purpose of Muhammad to marry a child at the age of 6? Say it again to me.
So that
What is the
she
purpose?
can stay with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and learn his way of life, and later
Okay,
on narrate the sunnah to all the people who are curious to
okay,
know about his life.
okay. Let us see if this is the purpose. Muhammad, he said, if you write a hadith of me, you have to erase it. Is that
Mhm.
correct? If you have to, if you wrote a hadith from me, you have
Oh.
to erase it. Muhammad, he forbid Muslims from writing hadith. So what do you mean Aisha, she was there to preserve the hadith of
No,
the
no,
Prophet?
pardon me, I don't understand. Which hadith is that?
This is Sahih Muslim and this is Sahih. It says,
Tell
do
me the
not,
number, Sahih Muslim.
Sahih Muslim, hadith number 3004. Don't take
30.
down anything from me, and he who
Yeah,
take
yeah, I'm
down anything from
cross-checking it.
me except the
So,
Quran, he should efface that narrated from me. So this is a false statement. The Muslims, they come with that he married Aisha so she can remember and she can
no, no,
quote.
no. Right. So, Mr. Prince, you are contradicting your own statement where you are taking verses from the hadith and you are questioning me regarding that. But now you tell me that the hadiths are itself wrong. Then I'll agree with you and follow the Quran. But my question is, if
No,
you
no,
are
no, no. You
quoting me
didn't.
with
You know
one verse,
what the Quran? What
no,
the
listen to
Quran?
me.
Where
Listen
I
to me.
show you the
Listen to me.
Quran
Listen to me.
saying you can't divorce children. Did I show you the verse? Yes or
No,
no?
no, no, no. Regarding the verse number 143, Sahih Bukhari, right?
My friend, did
Regarding
I
that,
show you one by one? Did I show you a verse from the Quran saying how to divorce children who did not have their menstruation yet? Yes or no?
uh, did you? Kaun sa?
What, you
I didn't
forgot?
cross check
Here we
that at
go.
that.
We go back. Here we go. Chapter 65, verse number 4. Divorcing little young children who don't have their menstruation yet. So don't argue with me about she was not. The Quran
No,
allow
I'm
you.
not having an argument. I'm
Okay, so
having a
now,
discussion. I would never have an
so now we
argument with you
have the
guys.
Quran.
I'm
So
having a
we
discussion.
hold on. So it confirmed by the Quran that you can divorce children. So you are saying to me the Quran allow you to
Hmm.
divorce children who you slept with them, but he don't allow you to marry them?
Uh, that is your interpretation,
This is
right,
not
Mr.
mine.
Prince?
This is not mine. It's in front of you. It's in front of you. This is that Quran, chapter 65, verse number 4. And the interpretation here we see in the screen. This is Tafsir al-Jalalain. I can change it for you.
पढ़ो खाली क्या है सो हाँ I'll just I'm having a look, right? I mean कहाँ है बाप कहीं कैंसिल करे हो वो लाइव में दिखा रहा अब निकाल को हाँ उसमें है वो चैप्टर 15 हाँ उसमें खाली देखो वर्स नंबर 4 नहीं हाँ ये वर्स नंबर कौन सा 4 है वर्स नंबर 4 हाँ वो निकाल डालो वो उनका निकाल डालो I'm sorry for that. I'm
No
just
problem. No problem. We can ask Zakir Naik about this. What Zakir Naik will say? He will say, Brother Tata, they're the person they become temperance, and he already come with the conclusion. And if we go
So
to the book
you're
of
mocking.
Jalalain, he will say to me different story. My friend, it's in front of your eyes. Don't bring me a Jalalain, don't bring me a Zakir Naik, don't bring me all the crazy stuff. It's in front of you, nothing of my own mouth. This is not my interpretation, this is not my statement. This is your Quran, this is your scholars, and take it from there.
No. Verse number 4. And those who no longer expect menstruation among your women, if you doubt, then their period is 3 months. And those who have not menstruated, and for I don't believe I can see the.
It says, and those who did not menstruate it. Does it say that? Does it say that? Who those who don't menstruate it, don't menstruate it, which means they don't have menstruation. It's in the front of your eyes. I just heard you saying it.
No, wait a second. And those who have no longer accepted menstruation among them, if you doubt, then their period is in 3 months. And those who have not menstruated, that is an interpretation which you're providing me. I just need a better verse. Quran chapters. Everyone is providing the answer. I don't know where. Chapter, Quran chapter 65 verse. Yeah, correct. Exact proper verse. Na. I'm just searching for a proper verse, right? If I may ask you, Mr. Prince, if I may ask you, do the words mention that a child not having her first menstruation are those the words?
No, it says wallati lam yahidna, and those who never had menstruation yet. Those, yes, is children's. They never have menstruation yet.
No,
so
no.
those
Is it mentioned children, those who have never had their first menstruation?
does not say the word children, but it says it clearly. Those who, they're giving you cases. Those who have menstruation already, and those who
not
never.
the interpretation.
My friend, those who have menstruation, wallahi ya'isna min al-mahid.
Those who have reached menopause.
My friend, hold on. My friend, listen. Do you see the screen in front of you?
Which one? Your screen, no?
Yeah, do you see it?
Your screen is loading.
All your scholars agree. All your scholars agree that this verse is about who? Those who they don't have menstruation because they are getting old, and those who they never have menstruation because they are so young. How we can divorce them? Still they have to wait 3 months. This is what the verse is about. Okay, so here it says, and this is tafsir al-Jalalain in front of you. It says wallahi lam yahidna, and those who they never had their period.
Mr. Prince, I have the same verse. I'll just read it out for you, please.
Okay.
As for those of your women who have reached menopause, if you have any doubts, their term shall be 3 months. And for those who have not menstruated, right?
Okay, so who is the one who has not menstruated? Who are they? Why they don't have menstruation yet?
See, menstruation. I have a friend who is a doctor, and menstruation. What do you call gynecologist? Right? She's a gynecologist, and I am very much familiar that menstruation has various cycles. People go through various problems, and they miss. Sometimes they even miss for a month.
It doesn't say they miss. They never. Allati lam in Arabic mean they never. They never have menstruation. Read it carefully, my friend. It's not about somebody miss. Those it's in the verse speaking about. Listen carefully. The verse speaking about those who they give up, which means they cannot have menstruation because they are old, and those who never have menstruation. So the opposite direction. Once she is so old, she cannot have menstruation no more. So what we would do now? We wait for 3 months. Yes. And what about the one who never have menstruation?
It is not what do you call that? It's not this or that, right? It's not like
my
plus
friend,
or minus.
My friend, listen. Are you honest, man? Are you an honest man?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
So like you,
read with me carefully. Read me. This is what you Muslims you teach us. I have a degree in Islamic law. This is what you Muslims you teach us in school. Your scholars, your sheikhs. Read carefully. It says, and those who have not yet menstruated because of their young age.
But as for the interpretation, as for those who have where did that go? And also for those who have not menstruated, that's the end. It has no mention of age whatsoever.
My friend,
Can you just
in the interpretation of the Islamic scholars, all of them they agree because of
I
their
am
young
not
age.
going to interpret it. Since like
No,
even you
okay,
can
okay,
agree with
okay,
this,
okay, okay,
even you
okay.
can
Hold
agree.
on. Why Muslim scholars
Please,
they say, okay, hold on, I'm going with you. Why Muslim scholars they agree? This is about young age of children, and you don't. Why they get it that? You don't speak Arabic. I speak Arabic. My language is very clear. It says, "Wallahi lam yahidna." They never have menstruation yet. Then we go. Then we
it
go.
basically means they have not menstruated,
No,
not
no.
yet
Wallahi lam
menstruated.
yahidna. Lam yahidna. Wallahi lam. They did not
The
have.
statement
They never have. They did
is
not because they did not reach that point. They don't have that.
mentioned that way. So please don't. That's a wrong interpretation, or totally out of
My
context.
friend,
I am
okay,
appealing
okay.
to
Can you
have
give me? Can you give me a Muslim? He have a correct interpretation for the verse. Who is the
so
one?
yeah.
Who is the one who have a correct interpretation?
So www.quranfull.com.
www. Okay, what does that mean? Give me the interpretation. What is the name of the tafsir? Who is the scholar?
With due respect, just please don't mock me,
My
right?
friend, I'm not mocking you.
So
I'm asking you who is the one who agree with you. Don't tell me www.
www.quranfull.com.
What?
www.quranfull.com.
Quran full?
FUL.com.
Okay, what about it?
In that website, there's an interpretation. You asked me for an
Sir, can you please
interpretation.
open
What
the
is the name of
website
the scholar? What is the name of the
www.quran.
scholar? Give me the name of the scholar.
No, if you can just go through the website, you just wanted
My
an
friend, what is the
interpretation.
name of the
I
scholar?
have
So
it.
anyone can say anything, you accept his interpretation. We need a scholar. Give me a scholar name. Who is a scholar? That's it. And I make an article now, I post it in the internet, and you take it. Is that the case?
No, it is the direct meaning of the
No,
word.
if you can just have a look into it, right? I'm not trying to
My
disagree or
friend, I
prove
am
you wrong.
asking you,
I just want you to have a look into it, right?
don't give me, there's tons of stupid article written by stupid people. They have no knowledge. Give me a name of a scholar, please. What is the
Sir,
scholar name?
Christian Prince,
Hmm.
because you know to read Arabic, and this website is providing both the Arabic and the English translation to
No,
it.
no
So
problem,
if
my
you
friend.
can,
My friend, no problem.
yeah, if you
But you
can
have
please open the
you
website.
yourself, you should not accept an article. You should accept a scholar. What is the name of the scholar? Do they say
Yeah,
there?
okay, we do agree to you, and we will listen to you also. If you can just open the website and tell us if the translation is correct or not.
You can correct us.
You can
Translation for
correct us
what?
if the translation
Translation
is
for the
not correct.
verse?
You can open the website. We are just requesting you
Translation
to
for the
open the website.
verse? Translation for the verse?
Yeah, translation for the verse according to the website which is shown
Okay,
here. The
we have,
translation
okay,
is
here we go. We
different
can go
what you are
here.
showing.
Okay, what the translating there is translation of who? We can show it on the screen. What is the name of translator?
Yeah, you please enter the website www dot.
No problem. What is the name of the translator?
We are just trying to get to know
My
it. Well,
friend, no problem. What is the
We
name
got
of the
it. We got it.
translate? What is the
Translated
name?
by Talal Itani. Talal Itani.
Talal Itani. Hold on. Let us see if Talal Itani here. Itani, here we go. Is that Itani? Itani,
Yes, Itani.
Itani, Allah, Itani, God. What is that? I don't know. Itani, Talal. Okay, let's see here. I'm not sure if this one. I see here somebody Itani. No.
कौन सा था सो चलेगा वो कहाँ था सो कौन सा नंबर था 60
Is that the one? Is that the one you are talking about? This translation?
Yes.
Yeah, you can just open it and we'll just
Okay,
cross check
so
with that.
okay, so what will change?
Yeah, please. This is the thing.
Actually, you just make it clear now more. It says, and those also those who have not menstruated, which means they never have menstruation. It's clear. This is your translation. What they do, what they don't have, they don't have menstruated, so they never have that. If a girl she reach the age of menstruation, she have
As for
menstruation,
those of
she
your
have
women who have
menstruation.
reached menopause, if you have any doubts, their term shall be 3 months. And for those who have not menstruated, right, that doesn't interpret that it is not to be your interpretation is one interpretation.
My friend, the
But that
verse,
doesn't
I
mean the
don't know what to
interpretation,
say to you, my friend. The verse here is about women who don't have bleeding no more. All the verse is about women who don't have menstruation. Do you see it? So there is women who don't have menstruation because they are old. There's a children who they have never have menstruation, and there's women they will not have menstruation no more because they are already carrying a baby. This is what the verse is about. So
That's
women who
not
they,
how it is.
no, this is what it
listen to
says.
me.
This
Listen
is
to
what
me.
it says.
I am
Women who cannot have it because they are old, and children who don't have it yet because they are young, and those women who they are pregnant already with a child, so they will not have
Mr.
it.
Prince,
When a woman she is
Mr.
carrying a
Prince,
child, she
Mr.
will
Prince,
not do menstruation no
Mr.
more.
Prince,
Mm.
Mr. Prince,
Mm.
I would your interpretation. I'm not disagreeing with your
It's not my
interpretation. I'm not
interpretation.
disagreeing with your perspective.
Stop saying
Right.
my interpretation. I'm showing you your Islamic scholars. You see, it is you who is playing with the interpretation. When I show you,
I'll tell you.
hold on,
I'll tell you.
no. You see, let us
You're
be.
not listening to
You
me. If
you
you're not
claim.
listening to me, it's not a
No,
debate.
I
Right?
don't.
It's a
No,
debate.
this is not a
It's
debate. I never
debate.
debate a Muslim. Muslim don't
Right?
debate, my friend. You are playing games. This is that the one who says the interpretation in front
No.
of you? Is that a scholar or not?
No,
Is
Mr. Prince,
is a
Mr. Prince, for your statement, Muslims do not
Is a
debate.
Jalalain
Mr. Prince,
is a
Mr.
Jalalain
Prince,
a scholar? Is he a
Mr.
Christian
Prince,
scholar or a
Mr.
Muslim
Prince,
scholar? What? Okay.
Mr.
What
Prince, for
about
your
Ibn Kathir?
statement,
Hold on. What about Ibn Kathir? Do you agree with Ibn
Mr.
Kathir?
Prince,
Do you agree with
Mr.
Ibn
Prince,
Kathir?
listen to me.
Do you agree
No,
with
please
Ibn?
listen to me once.
This is hold
Listen to me
on.
once.
No, I don't
Listen
listen.
to
You
me
are
once.
wasting my time. This is Ibn Abbas. What about Ibn Abbas, the cousin of your prophet? Is he a donkey? Do he speak good Arabic? Okay, Ibn
Mr.
Abbas
Prince,
saying, read it.
Mr. Prince,
No, read with me
Mr.
carefully.
Prince,
Read
Mr.
with me
Prince.
carefully.
Now what we had is a debate,
Read with
right?
me
You said a statement.
carefully.
I
Read.
said
No,
I
let me
a
hang up on
statement.
you and I will
So
call you
please
back. Hold on. No, I don't want to listen. Liars. It's in front of you. This is Ibn Abbas. Oh, Messenger of Allah. What about the waiting period of those who do not have menstruation? Who is the one is answering? Who is the one is asking? Muhammad is answering. Because they are too young. And Muhammad gave them this verse. So look how they play games. Mr. Prince, Mr. Prince, Mr. Prince. What Mr. Prince? Are we going to repeat ourselves until tomorrow? This is your prophet. Are you going to accuse your prophet to be a liar? So I will call you back and I want you to read this and stop giving me your own fictions. Okay, did you see, my friend, what your prophet said?
Did you? I don't understand. I was speaking to you and it got cut.
No, because you are just going over me. You don't want to read. I'm showing you. This is Ibn Abbas. This is the cousin of your prophet, and they are asking the Messenger of Allah. Did you read with me? It says, my
Mr.
friend,
Prince, Mr.
are you
Prince, before
accusing
that,
your prophet to be a liar?
Prince,
Are you
please,
accusing your
Mr.
prophet to
Prince.
be a liar?
Mr. Prince, can you please hear me out, right?
No, I don't want to
am
hear
talking
you
about
out.
your
No, you
statement
see
about
here,
Muslims do
this
not
is not
debate.
about your opinion or my opinion. We are showing you what
It
your
is
prophet said.
about,
Are you?
at the end it comes down to that, right? Your
No, we
YouTube
are not
channel
coming
is
down to that
about
because
your
you are
opinion
refusing.
on Islam.
You are refusing to read. Why you don't want to read for us? Read what your prophet said. Here we go.
I read each and everything that you gave.
Okay,
Just
read it. Read
for
it.
once,
Read this one.
stop and
Read this
for
one for me.
once stay at one topic.
I want you to
and
read
to
what is highlighted in the screen, please. Go ahead.
which hadith is this?
This is from the book of Abbas, and this is your prophet being asked question.
What about the Quranic verse which you are talking about?
This is the
That is
verse.
done.
This is what the one we're talking about. Still, they are there. Don't you see? This is the same verse we are talking about. This is a chapter 65, verse number 4. In the explanation, they asked the prophet to explain. This is why the prophet he gave them this verse. What about? They ask him, "O Messenger of Allah, what about the waiting period for those who do not have menstruation because they are too young?" Do you see it?
And where are you quoting this from?
This is the book of Ibn Abbas, the cousin of your prophet, the first one ever who
I don't. Is it a hadith or is it the Quran?
This is
it
a
any of those?
hadith. In the same time, it's interpretation. It's a hadith and interpretation. This is in the book of interpretation.
Is it a hadith?
It is a hadith.
Is it authentic?
Everything in Islam is not authentic. There's nothing in Islam is authentic. The Quran is not. The Prophet is not. The
Which
angels are
hadith?
not. Allah is
Which
not. And you are
hadith?
asking me, is it authentic?
So just now you told me it's not about opinions, and now you're presenting me
No,
your
I'm showing
opinion.
you your opinion.
Right.
No, you asked me. You asked me. Is that
I
authentic?
asked a simple
I gave
question.
you
See,
my
I believe
opinion.
in
I
two things.
gave you
Either
my
see,
opinion. Nothing in
unlike
Islam is
other
authentic.
religions, I don't have
Nothing,
different versions,
nothing in
right? Either I
Islam
have
is
Quran
authentic, my friend.
or
Don't.
Hadith,
So don't
and
ask
I
me.
have interpretations of Hadith.
Okay.
I
So
believe
my
in
friend.
Quran
Okay,
and
hold
the
on.
Hadith.
Okay, let's make clear. So all Muslim scholars agree that this is about children who they got married and now we are divorcing them. Except you don't agree. Is that the case?
Do you talk for all the Muslim scholars? I just want to be clear,
All
right?
of them. All of
Do
them
you talk
agree.
for all the
All of them
Muslim
agree. Here
scholars?
we
Because
go.
I don't
I
believe
can
that's true.
switch to any you
If
want.
that's true, I would believe you are God, right?
My
Instead of
friend,
Trinity,
my friend, listen,
one of.
we don't want to waste your time or my time. Why all Muslim scholars agree, but yet you don't want to agree?
How can you talk about all the Muslim scholars when I
Because I'm
just
sure I'm
showed you an interpretation which is not your way?
what do you mean
Simple
my
as it
way?
is.
What do you mean my way? What do you mean my way?
I Your way, you are using the word yet in
Okay,
the
show me.
interpretation.
Okay,
There is
show me
no
the
word
Muslim
yet.
scholar. No problem. Show me the Muslim scholar which agree with you.
I just showed you. I mean,
No,
दिखाओ
you
क्या
don't
है
show
वो
me.
वापस
You show you.
बताओ. Itani.
Go
Well,
to Itani.
that is
Go to the same verse, Itani.
this is not a scholar. This is a translator.
All right, so that's the translation that I'm
This is
following.
stupid translation. I can make a translation too. We're talking about scholar, like show me Ibn Kathir, show me
But
Al-Qurtubi,
then
show
a
me
translate.
Al-Jalalain. My friend, when you want to show, when you say a scholar, not somebody is a translating. I can translate the Quran too. It does not make me a scholar. So I'm asking you, who is
See,
the scholar?
scholars give
Who is the
interpretations. That's
scholar?
what they do. Agreed?
Who is the scholar agree with you? Do you have one?
So
Who is Itani?
I unlike you, nahi, nako. Unlike you do not talk on behalf of all scholars, right? That's one thing. And the second
No,
thing is, with all due
I
respect,
talk in the
please,
behalf
you
of
may
all
attack
this.
on me. I am not a
I
person who
talk
attacks, right?
and
Because
I
you
talk,
are one of the
my
channels who
friend,
present such a debate. There
my
are various
friend.
Muslim channels
Okay,
where there are various
listen,
Muslim
listen.
audience which laugh
Mm.
at the same commentary which a Muslim person gives. I am not
Okay,
supporting
hold on.
him. I'm not
This is
supporting
Ibn
you,
Kathir.
right?
Have
I
you
am
ever
here to learn. Unlike
heard?
you mock me and you tell
Have you
statements that
ever
you
heard?
Muslims do not
Have you
debate.
ever heard of
If
Ibn
you talk
Kathir?
about
Have
scholars,
you ever
I
heard of Ibn Kathir?
I do not want about. Told you the translation. I
So
proved
why
that
they
your
are
translation,
agreeing with me?
my translation is different,
Why they are agreeing
Mr.
with me? Why all of them they agree that this is about young
One
children?
of them can you mention at least 10 scholars by name who agree with you?
Yes, all of them, not 10,
Because if
100, all
all
of
of
them. Here
them,
we go.
you talk for all
I
Muslim
am.
scholars,
Hold on. Let me
right?
listen. Here we go. I am in the official government website of the Kingdom of Jordan. Choose any interpretation you want. All of them they agree. All of them. Look how many we have. Look how many.
Please, Allah,
Look how many. Alhamdulillah, we have hundreds. All of them they agree. This is about divorcing children. Shall we start from the top? At-Tabari. Here we go.
I don't want you. See,
Don't call me again. Don't call me again.
you are
You're a
putting
kid.
in
You're a
statements.
kid. Can you quote for me 10 scholars they agree with you? All of them they agree. All of them. They're speaking about marrying children's. I showed you Ibn Kathir, I showed you At-Tabari, I showed you Al-Jalalain, I showed you Abu Abbas. I will show you tons. What do you want? All the scholars. And the verse is so clear. But because it's a shameful cult, they want to play game. This is Az-Zamakhshari. We showed you At-Tabari. We showed you Al-Jalalain. Here we go. Hunna Saghair, the young ones, the little ones, the frozen children. Change different. At-Tabrasi. Here we go. You see, we are changing for you. All of them they agree about the same thing. Children's. They are children's. What's wrong with you? This is your cult and you are trying to fight it.